to the Blooming Journal Live. It's me, Colleen Watson, president of Century Plant Publishing, where we help rockstar entrepreneurs find the words that resonate with their ideal clients, and soon to be Century Plant Business Services, where we help businesses build a solid foundation for their stage. All right, so for those of you who are wondering, like, I'm a t-shirt girl. In Colorado, we're a little laid back. Yeah, we do our fancy, but we don't do fancy the same ways people on the East Coast necessarily do fancy. And we're not necessarily as laid back as our friends in California. But today I'm wearing a t shirt based on one of my very favorite books that I read to kids when I was a children's librarian. Yes, in a former life, I was a children's librarian. And the book was called The Monster at the End of This Book. And it starred Grover from Sesame Street. And the basic premise of the book is he starts the book and then he hears the title and he goes, "There's a monster at the end of the book." And you get to the end of the book and he realizes that he's the monster at the end of the book. Why did I wear this today? Well, I'm going to tell you why I wore it today. Because last time we talked, I was in a I don't want to do anything mood. And I got on and I said, I don't want to do anything. And I did that because I felt that was legitimate, right? We all have days where we don't do something, but I still got on camera and I talked to you. And I felt that was an important lesson, but it was also kind of a cop out because just because you don't feel like doing something doesn't mean you don't do it. And I did not feel like doing the final video of my series on how to start your year out right? Because that's what we've been talking about all January. It's the last day of January. And so it felt right that today we're going to talk about the VIP program and we're going to talk about the reality of what that's going to cost. So here's where we get down to the nit and the grit, where we talk about when it's going to start, what's going to be expected, and most importantly, what it's going to cost you. Okay, so this is a program that's going to last for 5 weeks, 1 hour each week, and it starts on February 27th. So almost the end of the month. And oh my gosh, remember, this is a leap year. We have a February 29th this year. It's going to be interesting. I love a leap year. It's already different energy. So it's going to begin on the 27th. We're going to do 5 1 hour classes, one for each of the pillars: your money, your insurance, your succession plan, and your will and or trust. We're going to talk about all of the things to consider with those things. There might be some special guests at those that come on and answer your questions, but basically it's about getting you set up for the year to make sure that if anything happens to you, what happens to your legacy if you die tomorrow? Well, you don't have to worry, right? So that is going to be the deal. It's going to start on 27th, the 4 classes for each of the pillars. And then the 5th class is going to be putting it all together for a comprehensive plan and making sure that you follow through with some accountability. So the classes, the size is limited. We're only going to do 5 people in this first pilot program, right? 5, so limited space. And it's going to be on sale. So the pilot price is going to be $997. A little expensive, right? But it's a pilot price. It's half price because this is a lot of responsibility on your part. And the reason you get the half price is because you have to do some extra work. You're going to do everything that the regular price people would do, but in between, there's going to be some surveys, right? There's going to be some, so you can tell me what worked, what didn't, what hit, what did I wish you would cover more of, so that I can improve the program. And so there's going to be several, quizzes and a follow-up interview at the end with you, just, a month after the program's done, to make sure that, how did it work? How did it land? Did you follow through? What did you need to follow through? So there's going to be some extra work for you, but the backside of it is you get it for half the price. All right. So there we go. Starts February 27th. 5 1 hour classes at night. I am on Mountain Time, so we're looking at that's a little variable. I know that if you're on the East Coast, it's a little late. I'm thinking 4:30 to 5:30. If you're on the Pacific Coast, well, that's that's a little early. So it's hard to find a time, but that's what I'm thinking. And I would love to hear from you. Get on my Calendarly link so that you can have a 30-minute anything chat to see if this is a good fit for you. I'm really looking for people who are tradespeople, who are a lot working in their business, or people like coaches and consultants who are so busy working on other people's businesses they don't work on, or their other people's lives that they don't work on their own. So those are my two key demographics. If you know somebody like this that you think would be good, please pass this video along. And thank you for following along, Rockstars. And remember, it is never too late to bloom. Have a good one. Bye-bye.